my channel and welcome back to Bookmas. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm having so much fun making the videos and I'm very excited about today's because it is a reading vlog. So if you don't know, Lynn Painter just released a new YA book, Betting on You, and I read it. I'm filming this clip after I've already read it, so you're about to watch me read this book, but it just came out in November and it's a YA rom-com, and if you don't know, she wrote Better Than the Movies and The Do-Over, very popular YA rom-coms. So I was very excited for this book to come out and I had to read it pretty much immediately when it came out. So it's pretty short footage, but I hope you enjoy watching me read Betting on You, and I'll share my thoughts at the end. So first update of this book. I started Betting on You by Lynn Painter. It's actually the 27th, I think. Yeah. This book comes out tomorrow, but I found it at my Books Million early, so I'm very excited about that. So I started this book. I don't know much about it. I've heard it's like a, I don't know, some movie retelling that I probably haven't seen, but I'm 10 pages in, and I just had one thing I needed to say. If you don't know, this is a YA romance, a YA rom-com by Lynn Painter. I've read Better Than the Movies, The Do-Over, really enjoyed them. The only thing that I have to say right now, 10 pages in, is that there have been 10 cuss words in the first 10 pages, which personally, like, I will read a cuss word. Like, obviously I don't care. Like, I read a lot of adult books, they clearly have profanity, but like when you're writing a YA book, why do you have cussing in it? And maybe like, okay, a cuss word here or there, but like 10 in the first 10 pages, I'm like, why? Like, and maybe we'll understand it. Specifically, I feel like the guy cussed a lot in just the few pages that we had, so maybe it's just like something going on in like his personality, I don't know. But I feel like when you're writing a YA book, when I'm reading a YA book, I should not see 10 guess words in the first 10 pages because these are marketed for people in like middle school, high school. Like, I'm clearly an adult, but like these are marketed not for me. They're marketed for young adults. I mean, obviously they're probably written for adults to read them, but like they're marketed for young adults. Anyways, it is dual POV, which I do really enjoy that. Love a dual POV. I'm pretty sure Better Than the Movies and The Do-Over were not dual POV, so very excited. But I do think her adult romances are. I really like her adult romances and her YA romances. I found that her adult romances, I feel like I always like them. Well, I guess she's come out with 2. I like them, but they like have a miscommunication kind of thing, which bothers me. But for the most part, I really like her adult romances. Obviously they have spice though. These don't have spice. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's my update so far. I don't really know what it's about. I think from the summary, it's about Bailey and Charlie, and they like meet on this plane. Bailey is going to live with her mom because her parents got divorced, I think, and then Charlie, I think, is going back home, and so they like meet on this plane, and then I think they a little bit later end up being co-workers. I don't really know. So that's all I know so far. It is a beautiful book. Like, it's so pretty. Like, the covers are so cute. But anyways, that's my update so far. The next day, and I wanted to give a little update on Betting on You. I am on page 119, and I think I read like a couple more chapters last night. I can't remember, maybe not. I read to page like 47 or something, and I've read to where I am now, like just in the past hour. I feel like I've been reading it very fast, which I kind of expected because it is YA, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's just gonna be really, really fun. I think the characters, I'm very interested to like learn more about. Charlie specifically, I feel like he is more of like a bad boy kind of, and he kind of acts like a jerk in some scenarios, but I know there's like there's reasons behind it, so I'm excited to learn more about him. But also it's just like a fun YA romance, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm just enjoying it, having a blast, and I feel like as I keep reading, it's just gonna get better, and we will get to like them dating eventually, I'm assuming. So I don't know, I feel like YA is just so like easy and fun, and you're just like not doing much thinking, you're just enjoying it, you're just vibing, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about this book. It's really good so far. So now's the time I'll give you my thoughts, feelings on Betting on You, because I finished it clearly in the last clip and I don't think I really said what it was about. So basically this is about Bailey, and her parents get divorced and she moves to live with her mom. And so like at the airport on the plane she meets Charlie, who is going home I think also to his mom's, and so she like sees him on the airport, doesn't really get along with him, is like, this guy's kind of a jerk. And then a few years later, she sees him at her job, like they work at the same place, and you're just kind of following that. Most of this book I read in like one sitting. You saw from the footage, page like 170 something I think to the end, I finished it. It is over 400 pages, which kind of deterred me at first because, well, not deterred me, I was gonna read it either way, but I was kind of surprised by that because I think The Do-Over was less than 300 pages, and I feel like a YA rom-com, like, it doesn't need to be super long. But honestly, this did not feel long at all. I flew through it. I read so fast and I loved it so much. My thoughts. I love this book so much. I think I'm giving it a 4.5 star. I really enjoyed it. I don't know, I feel like Better Than the Movies and The Do-Over, when I read them, I gave them 5 stars, but Better Than the Movies definitely is not 5 stars when I look back on it. I liked The Do-Over more than Better Than the Movies, and I think I liked Betting on You better than the Movies. I just really like this. I liked the plot and like the premise, and you're almost kind of like hanging out with the characters. There's obviously a plot going on, but because it's a decently long, like you're spending a good amount of time with the characters, and I just really had a lot of fun. Like, it was a blast. I really like Charlie. I feel like at first he comes off as a jerk and you're like, what is up with this guy? But I feel like as you like read the book, you understand why he's more closed off and kind of things that have happened in his life, which I feel like is very common in books. I feel like you read that guys like that seem like jerks, but really they just have some things that they're working through, things that have happened in their life. Also, the banter was so good. I feel like Lynn Painter is just so good at banter. It was just so funny at times. Like, I love Lynn Painter's books, and this was no exception. I feel like it lived up to my expectations of her books, and it was just a great time. Like, I feel like if you're wanting not no thoughts just vibes, but kind of no thoughts just vibes, because you don't have to do any thinking. Like, you're not having to like think seriously, and it's not emotionally taxing. It's just a good time. That's how this book made me feel. Like, it was just so much fun. I love Charlie. He was a sweetie. Like, once you like got down deep to know him, I really liked him. And I love when there's like a character that you have to like tear down the walls, you know, that kind of thing. And I just thought the romance was really sweet. And I feel like it's like a good slow burn. Like, it's not too fast. You see a good bit of her like family dynamics, Bailey's family dynamics, and you also, it is dual POV, but you don't get much of Charlie's point of view, which I would always like more. Like, I always like the guy's point of view, but I think it was mostly like Bailey's story and her family situation, but getting Charlie's point of view in some scenarios was really fun. So I really enjoyed this book. I did say at the beginning of this video that was cussing in it, and the cussing does continue, stay the same throughout the whole book. There's a good bit of profanity in this book, which confuses me because it is YA, but I do think that's kind of the guy's character in a way. But also I do think it's a little bit too much, I feel like, for a YA book, but there is no spice, no alluding to spice, anything like that, because it is YA, and it was just really sweet. I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it if you like Lynn Painter's books. If you haven't tried her YA rom-coms, I highly recommend them. I think they're just a blast. I do like her adult romances, but I feel like I do maybe like her YA ones more because they're just so fun and the banter's so funny, and I feel like she makes you like want to keep reading. I don't know how to explain it. Like, sometimes I feel like YA can be like boring, or you don't really care because like you aren't in the same life stage as them because they're obviously in high school. But I was like so intrigued and wanted to keep reading. Like, I literally binged most of this in one sitting because I didn't want to put it down. So there's also a good bit of talk and kind of the situation with Bailey and the divorce between her parents. And I feel like if you had gone through a divorce as a kid, or if you are like a teenager the same age going through like a parent's divorce, I think it would be very relatable. I haven't gone through that, but I do think that it would be relatable if you get like her feelings towards it, the situation, kind of that kind of thing with her mom moving on and having a new boyfriend. So just want to say that because it is like a really fun time, but you also get the family dynamics between Bailey, her mom, her dad, her mom's new boyfriend, that kind of thing. So highly recommend this book. It was 4.5 stars. Like I said, really enjoyed it, a really fun time. It was what I hoped for. It was fun. It was cute. Highly recommend. It's also so pretty. So anyways, that is my thoughts on Betting on You. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me read it, hearing my thoughts, and I would love to know if you've read it, because I feel like I haven't heard many reviews because it just came out. So if you've read this book, let me know what you thought. We can DM about it, chat, all that stuff. So anyways, that is all, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next day of Bookmas. Bye.